Hi and welcome back to Real Reviews. So today I'm taking a look at All Quiet on the Western Front. That is the 2022 adaptation that was partially written at least, and directed by Edward Berger. Now Edward Berger is best known to people right now for a film called Conclave, which stars Ralph Fiennes and Stanley Tucci amongst others. But let's dive back into this Oscar and BAFTA nominated film from 2022 and find out what all the fuss is about. So unlike 1917, which was released in 2019, directed by Sam Mendes and photographed by Roger Deakins, All Quiet on the Western Front circa 2022 tells it from the German side through the singular perspective of one soldier in particular, played by Felix Kammerer. He plays Paul Baumer, and he goes into war alongside his friends at the latter stages of the First World War, and you get a real, shall we say, in the trenches feel of what that entire experience essentially felt like. What the differences between that and 1917, in my opinion, are incredibly, they differ hugely, primarily because with All Quiet on the Western Front, you really do feel it. There is a sense of should we say, there's a sense of threat. Yes, there's bombs and there's gunfire going off in 1917, but because it's stylistically, it appears to have all been done in one singular shot. For some reason, at least from my perspective, it didn't really work. And as much as the film is an excellent technical achievement, it seemed to lack emotional resonance. But there is a lot more going on in All Quiet on the Western Front. So let's dig a bit deeper. So the thing about All Quiet on the Western Front, irrespective of the fact that you need to turn off the English dubbing and just have it in its native German language, is the fact that you get this overwhelming sense of emotional resonance, and you can invest in these characters, and you can invest in Paul as he sort of makes his way through the war and survives, as it were, up until the last few moments. You've also got Daniel Brühl in there, who you will know from the MCU, and my apologies for the pronunciation of the surname, but he was also in Rush. He played opposite Chris Hemsworth, who played James Hunt. But ultimately what you get with this is you get the blood and you get the guts, but you also get the beauty. The cinematography is absolutely excellent. The sound design, for which I believe the original score got an Oscar, as well as obviously the film itself getting Best International Picture in the 2023 Oscars, as well as those 14 BAFTA nominations, really does make this a landmark movie. And on a big screen with a decent sound system, in fact, even not on a big screen with a decent sound system, this is still riveting stuff. This is so much more engaging than a number of war films that I could throw a stick at. Paths of Glory is an epic example with Kirk Douglas. I would go with that. And obviously you've got Saving Private Ryan, although that does have a slight mainstream edge to it. But ultimately, this really does deserve to be seen. It needs to be revisited, it needs to be remembered, and it needs to be enjoyed. But more than anything, it is very much a reflection of the Ukraine-Russian conflict. So there are the contemporary elements as well. On that note, I'm going to dive into my rating. Let's do that. So I think it goes without saying that I'm going to be giving All Quiet on the Western Front a 5 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale, because this is actually flawless filmmaking. If you can see it in a cinema, if it ever gets a re-release, by God, or if you've got a big enough screen and a 4K disc version of this puppy, then I would slap it in, enjoy, and sort of like, and just appreciate it for what it is. It's not an easy watch. It's not an easy thing to be watching, or a subject matter to explore. But nonetheless, it's there. It's crucial. It's important, and it deserves to be owned and seen frequently. On that note, I'm diving into the trailer. Let's do that. And so it is, you've reached the end of the video review for All Quiet on the Western Front, which was released in 2022. It's available to stream on Netflix right now and is worth every moment of your time, even at 2 hours and 28 minutes. So this is the bit where I go. If you've liked the video, then give me a thumbs up. Failing that, you can always just drop a comment in the comment box below and I will respond. And finally, just subscribe so that every Tuesday and every Saturday, when I drop another one of these videos literally into your lap, then you'll get a little notification and you can pop in and watch or listen to as much or as little as you'd like, and then go about your day. In the meantime, check out the rest of the channel and maybe pop over to the Patreon page. Take care. Cheers now. Bye.